Welcome back to Scenic Backroads, made in Roane County. I'm Matthew Crockett. Next, Stephanie Briley takes us to the Harriman Fire Department to meet some firefighters and learn more about fire safety.
Harriman Fire Department works hard every day to keep you safe. Harriman Fire Department is a 24-hour service that handles fires, medical calls, hazmat, vehicle extrications and accidents, and much, much more. We visited Station 1 on Morgan Street to find out how the fire department keeps residents safe.
Once the call is received at 911, they have a really good turnaround rate on getting us. It's on an average probably a minute to 2 minutes, according to how busy they are. They'll tone us out through a paging type system. We acknowledge the page, make sure that we know where the addresses are. The guys gear up, they hit the truck. Our average response time anywhere in the city, I mean, even at night when these guys are coming dead out of sleep, I mean, the alarm goes off, they're jumping up, and you know, the world's changing. I mean, you know, for them, you know, they're just, the adrenaline, it kicks in, and that really changes a lot of things. But our response time is really good inside the city here. It's according to what kind of incident it is, according to what we'll respond. If it's structure fires, we have 2 engines, this one and the one at Station 2, plus our ladder truck will respond. We got a rescue truck. If we've got the manpower, you know, we send practically everything we got. Once we get on scene, it's according to how bad the situation is. If it's what we call a full working structure fire, we'll page out for additional manpower, and that's like for the guys off duty, for our volunteers, which we have a real good staff of volunteers that come out and help.
Firefighters must be prepared to respond to all sorts of emergency calls, and that's why fire engines carry all sorts of rescue tools.
All right, Joe's gonna pull us out the tray here on the back of the engine. This is where we keep all of our extrication equipment. Everybody's heard of the jaws of life before. That is them. These are a set of rams that we use to push the dash off of people's legs whenever they're trapped in the vehicle. And this is a set of the spreader cutters that we use. It does the same thing as they do as far as spreading, but they also have a pair of shears on them that will cut through tin or metal. This is the pump unit that we use to run the equipment off of. It's all ran off hydraulic lines and hoses. And this is a set of the wood cribbing that we use to stabilize the vehicle. A lot of the vehicles that we'll start extricating on or will still be able to roll and move. Using this when it's upside down will keep it from teeter-tottering, or when it's on its side it'll keep it from rolling the rest of the way over. Got to have a cooler of water. Here's a scene light that we use. A couple of extension cords. This is our incident command board. We use it to keep up with everybody on scene. That way we know everybody's accounted for and safe. On the back side of it, just several different tools that we use inside the house. Small halogen bars, sheetrock pullers. The one with red handles is the water meter. In here, we have 2 different types of extinguishers, our ropes, our stuff for chimney fires. Trying to see our rope bag, and this is oil dry. That's where we keep 2 sections of hose or cross lays. In here, this is our ventilation saw that we use. Just a really big shovel. A couple of hose packs. We keep a couple of these strapped up like that 'cause it's easier for us to carry them that way when we're inside. Just a filler line to fill up the truck off a hydrant. Oh yeah, I better do these. This is where we keep our SCBA tanks for our air packs. We keep 4 on each side, and then there's 5 actual air packs in the truck. This is just another tool compartment. mounted on the front side and the back side. This is our nozzle / medical compartment. We keep medical supplies in the blue tote and the red bag. And the rest, all of this is just different nozzles and stuff that we use, connections. This is for your foam nozzles. All right, in here, we keep in the center little metal storage container, if that's what you want to call it. We keep our TIC, stands for thermal imaging camera. We'll keep a couple of extra face masks for the SCBAs, digital camera, a couple of flashlights, and then you have the seats. When you looked at them, everybody just thinks they're regular car seats, but they actually have the air pack mounted inside of them. And you're able to reach up and grab the red strap. They're locked in. So when you slide the air pack on, you pull this red strap, and then you're able to move and get out of the vehicle.
This is actually the ladder on our truck. Like I said, it's 77 foot. You generally think about 77 foot, don't, really seem like high, but when you're out on the end of it, and the water's flowing, and that little ladder's rocking, it seems a lot higher than what it actually looks, from the ground up. But like I said, it's set up with a tip on it to where the tip is actually retractable to where, like, for using for rescue. So, like, just for instance, if it's set up on water flow, the nozzle is going to be sticking out in the end. And you need to set it on rescue mode. And the nozzle will actually retract to set up like at the bottom of a window. So the nozzle will actually, with it being retracted, you can get it a lot closer to the windows in case you had to rescue anybody. We've used the ladder on a lot of structure fires that generally before we would actually, try to just attack it with just regular hose lines. But with the ladder being there and the availability of so much water flow, if you can get in there and use it, you can extinguish a fire so much quicker compared to 150 gallons a minute compared to 1,250 gallons a minute,
So, when does a fireman on the ladder get over his fear of heights?
When you get to the top. If you, I'll be honest with you, if you're somebody that's got a fear of heights, it's not something you'd really want to try and go up all the way up. If it's, generally, you're not going to be all the way up 77 foot straight up in the air because there's not a lot of use for it, standing straight up in the air. But, if you've got it, extended out 77 foot at, pretty high angle, just with flowing water, I mean, it's high.
Harriman Fire Department received a grant to distribute smoke alarms to city residents. The fire department can send someone to your home to install smoke alarms and make sure that your smoke alarms are working properly, pending availability. Chief Brad Goss recommends keeping your smoke alarms clean and dust-free, changing the batteries every 6 months and replacing the alarms every 5 years.